How you doing, Slay? It's your boy Levar, and we are gathering here tonight for another episode of Slay Married.
Yeah, baby.
Tonight we're gonna be talking about pet peeves.
Yes.
And I'm rocking my new shirt.
Ow.
My friend brought me.
Oh.
It says.
She didn't buy you nothing. She didn't buy you nothing.
Married.
We bought it.
Yes,
Right?
All right. So tonight's topic, we'll be getting to talking about things that we like and that we don't like, that our partners do and don't do.
Hi.
Hi.
It's
We're
your
doing
daughter.
conversation,
She's
yeah.
having conversations.
Oh, okay. Yeah, great. Pet peeves.
Oh, is that your biggest pet peeve?
Yeah, interrupted. That's good. All right.
So, babe, go ahead. You have pet peeves about me?
Yes, I do.
Oh, God. There's a lot.
Not really. But yes.
Just one, right?
Nope.
Oh. Five?
I only wrote 3. How many you want?
Oh! Oh!
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so you make a funny, but it just makes me think about something.
What?
So, what up, my Slay married folk? How y'all doing, Slayers? Slay on, Slaya. But you make me think about something. So, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, well, is it really that a person's pet peeves are your pet peeves, or is it just that thing? Like, let's detach it from each other. No matter who does that thing that bothers you, you would still be bothered, right?
Yeah, it's like a universal pet peeve versus
Come
like
through with the universal
personal
though.
pet peeve.
And I think that's really what we want to focus on is it's not that person that's your pet peeve, it's the action. So no matter who is performing that action, it would bother you.
Mhm.
That's just my little inject. Okay, go ahead.
Alright, well, I mean, since you put it like that,
Did I take your thunder?
no, you didn't take my thunder. You didn't have any thunder, but you did kind of take my lightning.
My lightning. Oh, I like your shirt. What your shirt say?
Slay married.
Oh, Slay On SLAYA. Oh, but
That's what I'll be doing.
let's take a little break. After these messages,
We'll be
right back. Okay, I didn't harmonize well with you on that. That's okay. Come on, Ken. I love it. Babe, I can't wait till you wear this. This one is really cute. I like it.
Hold it up.
Come on, Ken. A little something that he says, coin the phrase, come on, Ken. It's like, man, come on. What are you doing?
Senselessness.
Senseless. We like senseless. And I'm rocking
That's
my
actually one of my
flame.
universal pet peeves.
What is it?
The lack of common sense. But that's a hard one to talk about because everybody's level of common sense is different.
It's always lacking.
You know, so
But ours is too sometimes, right? So that's not like pointing the finger. My common sense, sometimes I like foolery, tomfoolery, to be honest.
as long as you don't like Tom, just the foolery.
Oh, well, who is Tom?
Remember
Let me find out.
we had an episode a couple weeks ago.
Who is Tom?
Cheating.
Oh, shut up, fool.
So anyway. I mean, I guess that could be universal pet peeve, cheating, right? I don't know anybody who likes cheating. What then again, there are people who do kind of like cheating.
Some people do like cheating.
Yeah, they do. I
So.
think they like that. Anyway, what do you think the curiosity is in that?
That they like. What do you mean?
People who like cheating like it.
It's an adventure.
Okay. People who are adventurous in a relationship.
Yeah, they like to take risks, and they're probably the same people who like to jump out of airplanes and bungee cord jump. Yeah, it's kind of exhilarating to the thought of possibly getting caught or being inconspicuous and sneaking around and living this double life. I think that's intriguing.
To them.
To them, not
But
to
to you.
not to nobody else, just them. See, I'm not a cheater.
It sounded like it was you.
I could cheat. I probably would be a real good cheater. Like I probably would cheat real good.
How do you cheat real good?
I could probably pull it off in a way that's like you would never know.
So basically, you can do that right now. That's what you're saying. That's what you're telling me, that you are actively doing that right now.
No, I think you would be able to tell.
You think I would be able to tell?
I think you would be able to
So
tell.
you're actually cheating on me right now. And then you're going to say that, oh, I think you should be able to tell. But if I haven't been able to tell by now, then...
No! Never mind, he missed the point.
Daddy messed it up.
That's how
He
you
did.
That's how you
Daddy
end the
messed it
conversation.
up.
That's how you end the
That's
conversation.
right, Birdie. He messed it up.
You just
Daddy
accuse him,
messed it up.
and that ends the conversation.
Anyway,
So,
back on topic. Here we go.
pet peeves. Am I supposed to go first?
I thought he was on it. I thought he was doing this.
Alright, so one of my pet peeves. And this one is I'm not gonna say it's universal. I think it's a little more specific to you because you're the only person that I've lived with like this. But she likes to categorize her clothes in different areas of the room.
Oh!
And I don't be knowing what's what basically. So it's it'll be a pile of workout clothes or something, or just a pile of clothes. I don't know what it's for, but she knows what it's for. And then sometimes it'll be dirty, sometimes it'll be clean, but she'll have them placed somewhere specific for a reason, and I never know why. All I do is go grab them, thinking I'm just gonna wash everything, right? I'm trying to wash clothes, but I'll get in trouble for grabbing a pile of clothes because it was a clean pile of clothes that was specific for a certain day, and I'm like, well, why was it? Sitting in a pile right here. You know what I mean? I don't know. She's I don't say this bad.
Choose your words carefully.
It's not, how the behaviors of some animals, they like to take their food and stash it in different places, as if they're gonna run out later. So they need to go and find their food stashes. She does that with clothes. Oh yeah, she does that with clothes. So
You can't talk to Ronnie while she's over there.
It's funny. It's a funny pet peeve. It's not something that it was the first one that I put because it's the thought that I had and the definition or feeling of pet peeves is something that makes you angry. And this doesn't necessarily make me angry. It's more of something that it was a little irritating at first because we would actually get into little arguments about it when we were younger.
Yeah.
Until we kind of learned how to get around and live. Yeah, come on, kid. Get around living with each other and stop being so sensitive about stupid stuff. You know what I mean? That's just being real. But
Yeah, you kind of stole my thunder on that one.
Oh.
Because that's what I was going to say. My contribution to this discussion is the fact that I had more pet peeves, that things that bothered me about the things that he did when I was younger because I was immature. As I gained maturity, those things fell away. And it was one of those things where I accept the little things that kind of bother me, or I'll find ways to kind of alleviate it. Whether that be actually having a conversation with you and saying, hey babe, that bothers me. And you're really good and kind about saying, okay, sorry. I'll try not to do that again, or whatever.
Well, I just won't say none at all.
Do I cut it in strips?
I
couldn't just.
You really
Small
interrupted.
pieces.
You really interrupted?
Sorry.
Oh yeah, you thought it was okay, huh?
Sorry.
I thought you were going to inject and say, yeah, you guys are awesome at that.
Come on, Ken.
Come on,
Whatever I can. Dog.
you are Kindred.
Not Ken.
Kindred.
Okay.
Kendall. Come on, Kendall. Really? That's Kendall.
I'm a doll.
We don't know a Kendall.
I'm a doll too.
We need to have a talk afterwards.
Oh, doll.
We get to Slay married and Slay parenting right after this.
Slay parents. I like that. Ooh, another. Slay parenting. Ooh, y'all ain't babies no more.
You know, as long as you keep cutting that chicken, I'm good. Okay. So that was one that I
Yes.
put down.
Now, what was it again? Recap. What
It was
the-
the clothes, the deal with the
Yes,
clothes.
so my clothes. Yeah, and I try because I know that he doesn't like that. So I will try. I'll make a conscious effort to not do that. But I have a reason for doing that. I don't like to overwash my clothes. And if I wear something and it's not truly dirty, I'm not gonna necessarily put it back up on the hanger, but I'm gonna put it over yonder so that I can go and get that a little bit later.
Let's get to the root of the issue though, and why this was a pet peeve, and now it's more of like a work in well, it's not even a work in progress. It's not even really an issue. It's more comical now, more entertaining in the sense that.
Do you
It's
laugh
not-
every time you see it though?
No, let me finish my
Sorry.
point. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I had 2 points.
I'm sorry.
Let me write that down. That's number 4.
That's a pet peeve. Interrupting.
No, I was just gonna say that it was never an issue of like me not liking her doing what she did with her clothes. It was I did the majority of the cleaning. Like even now, that type of cleaning, I'm home because I work from home. She's away from the house a lot, so I do a lot of that straightening up and cleaning up. So when I go to grab the clothes, I don't know what they are. I have to make a decision on do I touch it or not. But if it's in an area like on the floor or on a dresser or some place where it ain't supposed to be, then it's okay. I'm not gonna leave it there.
It's free game.
Yeah, it's like. So we had to eventually get to the point of, talking about it because I felt like it was something that caused us like arguments sometimes almost, or just that negative energy because she'd be looking for something, couldn't find it, or, she kind of fussed at me, but I feel like, like, what are you fussing at me for? I'm cleaning up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't have you even at me at all, you know what I mean? Because I'm cleaning. That's something that we have to do as adults in order to maintain a healthy house, and I'm getting fussed at about clothes that you can't find or whatever. Like it was negative tension over what? Like over absolutely nothing. Over because she wanted things the way she wanted it and I wanted it the way I wanted it. When it was, well, there's 2 people living in one space. We need to talk that little thing out. Even though it's little, we need to talk it out and figure it out. It may seem stupid, but for whatever reason, because of my wants, her wants, they're not really lining up, and it was causing minor tension for no reason.
Friction, unnecessary friction, and the way that we minimize that is. Sometimes they say pick your battles. Pick them wisely. Yeah. Is it something that's really that big of a deal that you have to cause all kind of ruckus about it? I don't like complaining. I don't ever want to be that naggy person. Just, babe, why do you did this? And I'm sorry if you do that already, baby, that's you. I'm talking about me. I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes. But if that is you, that's you. What was that?
Step on them toes.
Oh. Is that toes? Who does that? Who taps with their toenails? Anyway, so little kitten paws.
Kitten paws. Go.
But yeah, I just don't think that certain things are necessary to complain about all the time. So that's what I do is I just try to nip that in the bud and say, you have to internalize certain things and you have to say, you know what, it bothers me, but it's not that serious. Okay? I'm not trying to disrupt nobody's day just because I am annoyed. Okay? Is that accountability for you? Come on, Ken. I like it. What else you got? Say something.
I got one that doesn't really happen so much anymore, but it used to happen a lot. Well, I take that back. That's a strong word to say a lot, but it happened a whole lot more frequently because of the type of environment that we were in at this time. This is my process. Volunteering me to someone before consulting me first.
I do that, Daddy. I do.
You used to. Now it's different. But
I try not to now because you've expressed sometimes you've expressed to me.
Yeah, I did express concern, and what I'm getting at is when we were doing a lot of music and stuff like that. Of course, we get a lot of people that would come and ask for her to perform or do stuff like that, and so she obviously wants me to participate in things like that. But sometimes it would be to where I would kind of get mentioned to do something that, in my eyes, was like, okay, well, you should consult with me first to see if it's something that I can do before you tell someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, hey, my husband can, because once you start getting their hopes up and that pressure kicks in, and then for me, when my wife asks me something, it's even more pressure for me to satisfy what it is she's wanting because I can tell that she wants it, and so that makes it even harder. And sometimes, like especially being a musician, anybody who's ever played an instrument, you understand that there's different levels of playing, performing, all that kind of stuff. And sometimes you can do it, sometimes you can't. But I don't like to be put in a position where I have to tell somebody no after the fact when I would have known up front that I couldn't do it, and I could avoid being in that position to begin with. If that makes sense. And it hurts my heart to have to like reject someone or tell someone no, when they're already kind of in that mode of expectation.
Sure.
So
that makes sense to me.
yeah. And then just the sense of like with music, or if it was like doing sound or anything like that. Most times it was somebody, more times than none, it was the person you were communicating with wasn't the actual person that I needed to connect with for whatever, like technical, or you know what I mean, like if it was checking out some sound equipment or setting up DJ stuff, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. And so it wasn't really that it was necessarily your fault or you, it was more of you were always the one that people would come to for that kind of stuff, rather than straight to me. And so they always funneled through you, which put you in the position of, oh, let me, talk to my husband and see, or yeah, I got somebody in mind, you know what I mean? But just depending on like who it was, sometimes it would be, oh yeah, we got that. Or sometimes it would be, well, let me talk to my husband first and we'll see, you know what I mean?
And then I think it depends because, and of course I don't do that anymore because that type of opportunity doesn't really.
Outside.
What the heck? What is he riding? A freaking longboard?
Like an ATV or something. Maybe he's going to Walgreens.
Maybe
Or something.
cars down here, they be loud. A lot of cars, like, it's ridiculous.
Wow. Okay, anyway. What were we saying?
You said you don't do that anymore.
Yes. Yes. So I don't do that anymore. I'm a reformed and more well-behaved wife. No, I'm not a well-behaved wife at all. Don't even get it twisted. I do what I want.
Right.
I do what I want. Anyway, you took it differently. Look at that. You little nasty thing. Anyway, so yeah, I don't do that anymore because, and I realized that why I did it to begin with was the fact that I believed in you, and oh, that sounds bad, right? I believed in you. But I believed in everything that you did, and I found it so fascinating that you could do so many things. When you cut your son's hair, you cut our hair. I'm like, yeah, my husband cuts hair. He can hook you right on up. But no one knows, well, he's got back issues, and standing for long periods of time makes him not enjoy cutting hair. It's not what he was supposed to do. He did it by default in the Air Force. It was just one of those things that he was giving free haircuts, And people love to take advantage. Like they're like, oh yeah, he can cut my son's hair, or he can cut my hair, and they just want it for free. No ducats, no nothing, not even a card to say thank you. Okay, so I've learned. I'm stupid. I've learned to no longer do that. To offer to him. I think I owe it to him to ask him instead of volunteering him or voluntelling him, as they say. And so I try really hard not to do that anymore. I don't think that I've done that recently, have I? I'm a good girl.
Yeah. Just leave me alone.
Never know. Especially when he wears his shirt that just says don't make me do stuff.
You tried to hide my Snoopy shirt.
Don't make me do stuff.
Alright, let's get to this. Short and sweet. So, alright.
I like it.
Ooh, here's one.
Ooh.
I don't like cabbage. I have never liked cabbage. Me and cabbage, we just don't see eye to eye. Cabbage ain't even got eyes. That's probably why I don't like cabbage. My wife loves cabbage. She makes cabbage, and I eat it. It tastes pretty good, but I still don't like no damn cabbage. But she is.
I'm gonna get it in you.
Committed.
I'm gonna get it in ya.
No, see, you already moved. See, there's pet peeve number 6 right there. Jumping to conclusion.
Oh, no.
I didn't take my notes.
You don't have that.
Huh?
You don't have that quick.
You just did it right now.
You
Okay,
said jump into conclusion.
what I'm saying is, I understand the health benefits of cabbage, obviously. But cabbage to me just does not taste good. The consistency of the texture. There's nothing about cabbage that I like at all. When she makes it,
I make it good.
and she makes it in a way that I can eat it, and it's not. I'm not like and complaining while I eat it. I can eat it. But if you ask me if I like cabbage, I'm gonna tell you no. But she is just bent on hearing those words. I like cabbage. I don't know why. I don't know why. And so it's a pet peeve. I put it like that because I think that it's something that you'll never stop. I think that you're.
I'm hell bent on getting some health in our life, and whatever I have to do, I make it my goal, my ambition in life to do it. So I'm sorry that is your pet peeve, sir.
Nope, that has nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing to do with it.
What does it? What
You
does?
you still missed the point.
What was the point, baby?
I said it had nothing to do with health. It had nothing to do with ingesting it. It's the fact that you are trying to convince me that I like cabbage. That's the whole point. It has
So
nothing
that's
to do
the
with nothing
pet
else.
peeve.
Yes.
I got you.
Brussels sprouts too. But cabbage will think a little more.
These cruciferous vegetables.
Don't you go on the health kick again because they ain't got nothing to do with the point. Nothing to do with the point.
These cruciferous vegetables. Antioxidants.
Turn the power off. Turn the breaker off.
I'm trying. I'm happy because I've been on my grind, so I lost 4 pounds this week. So
Been doing good.
shout out to LoLo. Very happy about that. But anyway, I get it. And you know what? I'm gonna tell the world right now. I will no longer make my husband eat cabbage and Brussels sprouts. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
That mean you ain't gonna make it no more.
I'm gonna make it for me. Cause I love it. I like it a lot. I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm not gonna do it, Jesus. Lord.
Ooh, they crying on Instagram.
Oh, they coming over here.
Crying on Instagram.
Do it.
All right, well,
Okay.
I'm glad we had this talk.
I am. And so just to kind of wrap it up, I just wanted to make an example because this is kind of a shout out to Levar and to show that I really appreciate him. Yesterday I came in and I had like a tiny little complaint, but I tried to phrase it, and you tell me, you critique my messaging or communication. So my hubby works from home, right? All day long, all week, right? It's constant and consistent. So when I come home, sometimes the bed's not made. And I get it. He's been up in the loft in his office, and so he's just kind of doing his thing, and it's just him. Nobody else is here. All the kids have jobs except for little man. So he's not worried about nobody. We don't have a lot of people come over, so it's not really that big of a deal. But I don't know what it is, and maybe somebody can identify with me right now. But it's a pet peeve of mine for the bed not to be made when I come home for some reason. For some reason, it's like that thing that kind of just gets under my skin. It's like I don't want to go and get my shower done and decompress and just get into my little homely comfy bubble. You all in my video talking with your little chit chat. You think you talking little, but you talking real big right now. I'm just kidding. It doesn't really bother me. These people ain't worried about you.
Come on, Ken.
And I'm like, who's that cute little girl talking in the background? She ain't no little girl. She is 19 years old.
And her rent's due.
And her rent is due. Pay up, hunty. For all of y'all who have kids who are college age and they going to college and you making them figure it out how they going to pay for it because your money ain't long like Rick Ross. If you have them staying up in the house and they eating your food and they using your toilet paper and your water If they using all of that, don't let them make you think that you ain't paying for college, because guess what? Yes, I is. You damn right I am.
Here.
Anyway, I had to do a little shimmy on that. I don't want to. Come on, Ken. Smile one time. Okay, thank you. He be getting serious with me. He be like about ready to hit me in the back of the head. Would you do it?
No.
Oh, he loves me. Anyway, so yeah. So I said to him when I came home, I was like, no, I'm not gonna say it. I want you to tell me what you heard. What did you hear that I said yesterday? It wasn't yesterday. It was a couple days ago, actually. The day before.
Yesterday.
No, I think it was the day before. No.
It was yesterday.
Okay.
It was yesterday.
It was yesterday. It was
It
yesterday.
might have been.
Now that I remember, I think it was because I was looking at mail. What did I say?
You
How did I
said,
say it?
you know, I really hate it when the bed's not made when I come home.
How did you take that?
Really bad.
Really, Dad?
Like I shut my mouth to keep from saying something back to you.
Instead, you said,
I said, "Oh, sorry." That was it.
baby, you are so emotionally intelligent. I love it. You saved us both frustration and argument, and you know, the reason why I say that is because I did not mean to say that to you. It was one of those things that I was thinking, but it came out. As you notice, I was having a whole nother conversation that was injected, and then I went back to that conversation. Do you recall what that sounded like? So I realized in that moment, it was like, did I just say that?
And I realized that you said that because right after that, you were talking to me like nothing. After you just said something to me that was like, you were just talking to me like one of the kids. And I just stayed quiet.
I'm so sorry. I apologize because that was not my intention. I wasn't trying to ruffle feathers. I really
you
wasn't
were in
that.
your headspace because we talked about stuff like that before.
Yeah.
And that's what made the difference was that, how can I say it? Like, I knew where you were in your headspace coming home and that being that thing. Because when I, used to go into the office and would, come home sometimes real late after being in traffic, that whole hustle, and then you walk in the house and that one thing is not, orderly or the way that you would want it to be able to relax. Well, it's kind of like now, the issue we're having in the apartment. It's like, I'm not comfortable, being here, and so I want it to be a certain way to be comfortable, and so I have to constantly fight my emotions because I really want to just grab all of our crap and just
Bounce.
and so I knew I just had a feeling you were in that headspace, even though I kind of still felt like I was like, really though, you know what I mean? Like, come on, Ken. But I in my mind I thought, first of all, I don't need to say anything because I was in that process of holding back the wanting to fire back when it was like, okay, really, it's not that big a deal. You already know where she's at in her head. And if it is that big of a deal, then talk about it later. That's what I told myself in my mind. Just talk about it later. So I just kept playing my game. You kept talking and then, about other stuff and then, whatever.
But I didn't mean for it to come out that way. I really tried to be very cautious of how I say things because I'm like, if I don't want him to talk to me like that, I damn sure shouldn't be trying to dish that out on him like that. And that'll save a whole lot of arguments and frustrating moments and just unnecessary stress if you just stop and think before you speak. And then knowing when to apologize. I definitely want to apologize. Like, I thoroughly do apologize because, like I said, that wasn't my intention. I was in my mind. Like, I could have literally kept that up here. It just came right on out. And I was like, dang it, did I just say that? So, but I don't have a whole lot of pet peeves. Not to say that, you're perfect or anything like that. It's just I've chosen to absorb them and chop them up to whatever they are. Because guess what, guys? We gotta let our partners be human. You're human. We screw up all the time. So I think it's okay. Like, it's okay to express this bothers me and ask that they not do that. But if they continue doing that, are you going to stop loving them? Are you going to stop treating them well? No, absolutely not. So I think it's childish to conduct yourself in that way. When you slaying married, you letting the small stuff go. Don't sweat the small stuff. That to me is very small. Now, if it's something that could, you know, if your husband is dangling babies outside over the balcony, that's not a pet peeve. That's a problem. Okay. So look at, you know, weigh that against itself, like putting the toilet seat down or up, whatever is bothering you, versus something that could be catastrophic and cause someone harm. Big difference. It's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
So
I think that's the key there is determining, you know, the level of what the pet peeve is. Is it something like for instance, chips? I mean, nobody really likes to hear anybody just chewing food out loud, but for my wife, it is like, takes her to a point of rage, you know what I mean? And
a lot of people do it around me though.
yeah, so she experiences that with everyone, you know, around her, including myself, because I love chips. I got 2 bags right now, and so I gotta like, well, it's not that I have to, but I pick and choose where I eat them. I could be up in the loft, she can still hear me crunching, because sometimes the crunch is that good, you know?
And I'm like, that must sure be some
It's-
good
oh my
old
gosh,
chips
it is,
right
it
there.
is. Especially the crinkle cut, the kettle cooked ones that when you crunch, you can't hear the TV. You gotta keep replaying the part back. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so it just gets on her nerves. So when we watch movies and eat snacks and stuff like that, like it's sometimes it's cool and sometimes it's, yeah.
I have to reach deep down under, like Australia deep, just so I could maintain my composure. I have to breathe. I count. I have to really find that center.
To hold on to like a tidal wave when she lets go. And it's no movie. Shut the movie off. Kids don't eat for a week.
Just saying. So anyway, I think this was a good discussion. I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that you identified with something that Levar said or that I said. Listen, we can slay married. We can show the world that we can do this thing. That it doesn't have to be a burden or something that we tolerate. No, marriage should be celebrated. Marriage should be a joyous event. It should be super eventful. It should be a journey that you really want to be on. And when you do that, that's how you know you slaying. So that's all we got for you. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Do all that good stuff, the stuff that you know that people who are doing this thing big on another level, like thousands of followers and subscribers and stuff. Do that thing for your girl and your boy. You know what I'm saying? Because we believe in you and we just want to invest in you and continue to produce great content to impact your life in a positive way. That's all we're here for. That's it. I ain't asking you to send me no money. Okay, I'm good. No. But share this if you like it. Let us know what you think. You can comment below or you can go on our Facebook or Instagram page. Find us on all social media. Go to slaymarried.com. Check out blogs. I'll be posting some new ones this week. Check out the Slay Married merch. Okay, Slay merch. Some things we're kind of still in the testing phase, so some people are getting free shirts. We just want to, provide you with a good quality product. So we're being very advantageous, or not advantageous. We're being very cautious with what we're putting out. So some things may not be available, but most of them are. Like this one, available. Right now, we're giving you. What do we say? Is it? They're 20. They're 15. They're $15, and I will be posting a code so that you can purchase that. I'll put that in the details after we're done here. So keep slaying, y'all. Slay on SLAYA.
Right. You turn it off?
Who gonna turn it off? I think they should turn it off. Go, Birdie.
Sorry, no, I heard hers.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Did you really? You could have come.
No, I don't.
What does it say?
Doesn't say anything. I don't want to touch the.
Touch the big button.
There ain't no big button.
On the phone.
Hmm.
On the phone, on the home page.
The home button.
Whatever. You got it? No? Yeah, we gotta find a better setup. Lord Jesus, we need a better setup. We're gonna get it though.
You want you to come over here?
Oh, Bubby.
I don't want to mess up the video and lose it.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. The X, baby, the X. Did you do the X before?
Nope.
Are you sure?